That'll be for later on in the week. Cerberus, on the other end, is one of the newest gods coming in, and he's feeling better than ever.
Oh, yeah.
I would like him to glow a little more.
Let's get right into the abilities and the kit. Clumsy.
I would like him to glow a little more,
and the
like in between his little things there.
Coming into the Smite 2 Battleground.
Yeah, absolutely. So Austin was the designer who's working on the port for Cerberus, and he did a lot of fantastic work making sure that Cerberus feels as great as ever when going from Smite 1 to Smite 2, and, you know, fun little twists. So I'm going to go through each one of his abilities and all the little tweaks that he's gotten.
Cool.
Some a lot smaller than others. So, for example, for the passive, you still have that kind of heal steal from the enemies. You're not going to really be able to see this that well. A little bit of a shift here, which is that you actually start at a lower amount, but you scale with the per level to the same amount of heal steal. One of the main reasons for that is actually because there's a new component here. When you steal a soul from an enemy using some of your other abilities, which we'll get into in a second, you actually get bonus passive heal from that stealing from that target specifically.
Nice.
So I think it's cool because it's like you kind of have to work a little bit for it, but it will be more at the end game if you're working for it.
Yeah.
And this is one of those abilities or functions of an ability that, like, it's always been really, really good. Like, if you're ever versing someone with lifesteal, if you're ever versing someone with lane that has a little bit of extra healing, like,
I love
you
Cerberus.
notice this is the Cerberus. Maybe the enemy doesn't notice as much, but you do, and it feels really good.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's start off with ability 1 and Clumsy. What's
all right,
going
sweet.
on?
So for ability 1, okay, so small one here. When you have all your heads alerted, so this is the ability where every time you have an alerted head, based off your basic attacks or from your second ability, you'll fire 1 additional projectile.
Yes.
That all is staying the same. All that stuff is really cool. But we are doing is that when you have all of your heads alerted, that center snake projectile, so the last one, will stun all enemies in that line. Which basically gives you a little bit of extra forgiveness in the center. So you're still getting the bonus stun and the extra damage when all 4 projectiles collide, but specifically for those close range enemies, that center projectile will still stun, but for a much reduced amount.
Cool.
So it's a little bit of an extra forgiveness there for the center, for that kind of close range area, but if you're still trying to hit people in the sweet spot, you're getting all the normal effectiveness.
Tell me Cerberus 1, when you hit the full stun on all 4, isn't one of the most satisfying
really
abilities in the
hard
game.
To be able to tell when you're doing it right and when you should stun people.
Yeah.
Right. And we felt like this was a change that made it a lot more predictable, both to play as and to play against. To know that if you can line it up, you're going to get some level of stun, but it's
severely
pretty short
reduced
unless you're at that max range the way it used to be. And essentially, that's what it was previously. Was you got to line it up to hit it at max range, right? So it just is. It gives you that short stun at close range if you manage to hit somebody that's right on top of you, and still that full stun is long range.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
All right, ability 2. What's going on with ability 2?
All right, ability 2 got a little bit more of a spin on it. So this one, playing around with that soul mechanic a little bit more. Every soul killed while channeling this ability provides a stacking damage buff for the duration of that channel itself, not any other further ones. And if you reach to 3 stacks, so which is 3 killed souls, the entire ability, the cone slows.
Oh, nice.
So you're going to need to hit 3 gods at the same time, probably with your 3. Can you stack like 3 Ymirs on top of each other?
Let's see here. What's the command again?
Spawnbot space Ymir space 2 space 20. That's fine. And then just do another one of those and get all of them inside a little neat little circle.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so hit all 3 of those with the same 3.
So you got to jump first.
Yeah, so we want to collect the souls. So hit all 3 of them with your 3, and now use your 2 on those souls.
Cooldowns.
Oh yeah, we don't have. All right, we'll wait for a second.
Yeah, but here we go. I'll just do cooldowns here. All right, so I'm gonna jump.
And then use your 2 to consume all the souls. You can see the entire cone has engaged and become a lot more purple. That's the slow being expanded from the center cone to the entirety of it. And as you kill the souls, you can see the damage of the entire 2 increasing per soul kill.
There we go.
Yeah, and I like that because like I've actually played a lot of Cerberus in Smite 1, and you do jump in, don't get me wrong, but I think that like the souls were less a part of the kit in Smite 1 than they're incorporated here.
I'll say it now. I gave a lot of suggestions on how to make the souls more interactive.
Jump into position your ult or jump,
right, yeah.
You know, jump away when you're low or whatever.
Cool.
That was my main pitch, is that the souls were more interactive rather than just you blow them up and they heal you.
This is the main soul generation mechanic, and kind of playing around.
I
with
wanted
souls
it.
Passive.
I'll give you my.
Is one of the main things, but the ultimate has.
I wanted your 2 and your 1 to interact with your souls in completely different ways. Like if you won through the souls, maybe they explode and the the souls that land explode in a way
You've got all those souls
that
to play
that
with.
you know
You've got
that
all
does
those
something.
enemies being hit by that extra God Steel mechanic from the passive that we were talking about. And yeah, you can consume all those souls for healing for yourself and for that extra 2 damage.
Nice.
And slow.
Ult looks really good.
Yeah, but otherwise, it's the same Cerberus that you know and love, just brought into Smite 2.
There we go. Sweet. Well, Cerberus
Do you think
also,
the close stun is going to be OP?
we've been cooking up an
no,
aspect
it's on
for him.
such a
Yes,
low.
yes, we do. We do have an aspect.
It's on such a
Okay, go to
low
its name. We're gonna go right
cooldown.
into
It
yeah, we
doesn't.
can go
It
right
doesn't
into
matter.
it.
Okay, cool. So the Cerberus aspect is you no longer get the AO3 soul healing. So that's the healing mechanic because it's actually not on the passive. That's the passive heal steal, but the healing you gain by killing souls is actually tied to the third ability. So you no longer get any of that soul healing. And the ulti no longer like throws enemies at a distance, but it just knocks them up instead.
Okay, cool.
But in return, for every 3 god souls you kill, you permanently gain an extra channel tick of your second ability.
Sweet. Let me see if
I
I
think the
can
cooldown on the ulti is also reduced too.
see if I can get some more bot spawn, and then I can see if I can toggle to the aspect here.
And chat has noticed that there is a lightning bolt that is striking that bush.
Yeah.
We're working on some stuff in the
We're
background.
cooking a little bit, you know?
That is one of the many tests that we are running in dev.
Yeah.
We are in dev today. That won't be in
Yeah, I don't even know
live
what that
when
is.
you- Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on.
It's a random, not a random thing. It's
Right,
a
yeah.
mechanic tied to something else that we are testing. So,
see here.
um,
And is it just toggle aspect?
Test talent. Space, yes, you can see that format. Space, Curvtus.
There we go.
Cerberus, there we go. So many sea gods. That I'm thinking
I don't think it went through.
let's see it again. Oh, Cerberus _ talent _1. Press tab. When it's filling in, you can autofill.
Tab, I think.
There we go.
So press. Yep,
Yeah,
there you go. Nice.
There we go. Cool.
Sweet,
I'm
we
coming
got
back to the
chat.
laptop. Sorry about that,
Also,
chat.
can you hover over the talent? I'm
Yeah,
wanna make
let's
sure we have the
see.
name. Aspect of
Ah,
Souls.
there we
There it
go.
is. Okay, cool.
Cool. So Ghastly
yeah.
Breath takes an additional time for every 3 god souls you have killed, but souls no longer heal. And then Stygian Torment now only knocks up targets.
Yep. So another thing to mention is that is God Souls specifically that increase that permanent amount. So you can see right here, there's actually an element to the passive meter. There's 2 different things there. That's how many God Souls you've consumed, and then that's on the kind of the buff bar. That's at 8. And then the other one by the passive meter is that division by 3, basically, to tell you how many extra ticks you're getting of your 2.
Yeah.
So it's kind of giving you a little bit of both information.
Yeah, so I mean, theoretically, you could have a infinite duration. Can you get that many stacks? I mean, like,
Oh,
I don't
wow.
think we have a cap on it. There might be just like a soft one in the background, but you're meant to be able to go for quite a while.
Yeah.
I remember talking to Austin today. I was just like, hey, so there is actually no cap for this. Like, how is this going to feel like arena and stuff? And one of our answers was like, we've tried it and it hasn't seemed OP. It seems fun. Also, remember, you can CC out.
shit.
It's not like it's
I
just
know,
go.
right?
It lasts so long.
Forever. Just give it a try. Let us know how you feel.
Yeah, we'll
It's meant to be
definitely
fun.
Looking forward to
just
people.
do that one more time. How long did that go?
Hold on. I got to
We've
get
got
some more.
6
Does
bots
that
in
extra
here.
ticks
continually
right now.
proc
And remember,
the
that's
Gem
gonna
of
be playing with
Isolation?
the Cerberus new mechanic where you consume souls and does extra damage, right? So now you're getting more empowered second abilities. Ghastly Breaths. There we go.
There we go. Cool. All right.
It just keeps going. It just keeps going. So it just gets longer.
It's only
and longer
gods, though,
with
right?
all of the souls that you kill.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's only
So,
god
'cause I can see
souls,
chat
right?
talking about this a little bit.
Okay, so
There-
like
when we
the odds of you
designed
like
aspects, one of the things
the
that
odds
we
of you, and it's
wanted
every
was the difference
3.
between
So even if you're
playstyle
playing them out of the
shifters and role
solo lane,
shifters.
you're only getting
Some
1
gods have
soul
role shifts, kinda like Athena, where
every
you're more expected to use
10,
that aspect
12,
in a more
13
aggressive role, like
seconds.
in the jungle, the soul lane.
So it's going to
For
take, and
Cerberus,
that
you
means you have to be
can
jumping
say that this is
aggressively
more of a solo lane
every
or
single time. So anybody who's
bruiser
like watching
aspect,
this, like,
but
that's
this one's
broken.
actually
You're going to
more
have like
of a
50
playstyle
ticks.
shift, right? We don't mind
I
if
don't
you play
think
this
you're going to
anywhere you normally play
realistically
Cerberus.
get
In all
nearly as
honesty,
many as you
Cerberus is a
think.
god that can play support or solo bruiser.
Right, I don't
pretty
think it's
well
gonna
already
be
in
like
Smite 1.
you have to
This
get
is just
3,
another way of
and it
playing
has to
him
be
where
jumped
you kind of
on.
almost more so playing towards a mid or a late game kind of aspect than you are
nuts.
for the early game.
Sorry, I just laughed.
Yeah.
If you
I know,
farm
right?
ticks,
Sweet. Well, I
probably,
think that
but I
is
mean, even
it
then you
for
think about it,
Cerberus, but we loaded into the conquest
you can
map for a
jump
very
like once every
specific reason,
13
because we wanted to talk
seconds-ish,
about
maybe 15
a new
seconds
conquest mechanic that
with
is
no
coming to the
cooldown.
game, in OB7.
Yeah, so we're continuing to experiment with conquest.
You get
and
that.
see what we can add.
You can do
that's
it. So you can
new
maybe
and
get
interesting to
one a
further kind of
minute,
evolve the game.
maybe one a
And there's
minute.
going to be a new mechanic.
And that's
in
maybe.
this
That
next
means you have to be
update
jumping
that starts
aggressively.
after the
In
first
games, you know,
World
25 minutes. So
Series
yeah,
go.
maybe you can get
So,
10, 15 ticks if you're
if you
always
kill
doing
this
that.
Gold
Maybe,
Fury,
yeah. I think it's
I thought I
relatively
turned them off.
balanced,
We're
though,
good.
because
Well,
it's
now
so
it's gonna be
easy
so
to
much going.
cancel
Yeah, I
his
know,
breath
right?
with abilities.
Tower.
1 a minute is oh, it's very high. I'm talking about if you were just literally off
There we
cooldown,
go.
jumping on your your solo laner.
Doesn't work. You might need to add a space 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get 3
that didn't
hits, so you'd be jumping on him at 12
Sorry,
seconds,
Jeff,
eat it.
technical
Jumping on him another
difficulties.
13 seconds later, eat it.
There we go.
There we go. Cool. All right. There we go.
Okay.
Now I'm dealing damage. What's this?
And that's the new hotness. So this is a wind sprite, and these are now all over the map. So if you once they spawn, once you walk
Movement
into it,
speed.
if you interact with it,
You get this targeter first.
you get the targeter, which shows you a place on the ground, and when you interact, it just throws you to that spot. So you can get thrown over walls, you can get thrown, just down a path, and we've been experimenting with this for the past couple patches on dev, just seeing how to make this feel good, if this is interesting. And we've got a point where we think this is pretty neat and pretty fun. It's led to some really interesting chases. It's led to some interesting escapes. It's led to some interesting engages. And once you use it, you'll notice that it does disappear for a while. So turn back around. And it'll come back after a certain period of time. I'm not exactly sure how long. And yeah, add some interesting new playmaking
Gotta wait.
potential.
You gotta wait.
And we're kind of just curious to see how people.
We gotta wait.
Oh, can I wheelish ult people from this?
Should be. I'm
Probably,
actually
yeah.
curious myself. We can double check with Matt after this.
Uh-oh, I got hit.
Yeah. So yeah, they're pretty well distributed across the map. And yeah, you just jump around with them.
So yeah, brand new conquest mechanic. Definitely be interested to see what people do with all this new stuff.
Yeah, as we saw, that only comes after the first.
More
goal.
After the first
survivability?
Battlefield
Not
is
guaranteed.
Slain, correct.
Yes, and for those of you who are getting here a little bit late, the lightning is something unrelated to this that will
Yeah,
not be in the
that's
next
how I'm
update.
feeling
We're
about it. Like when I'm
testing
first
some other
watching
stuff
it,
that,
I'm going
this
in
was
my
from a
head
test
like,
that
eh.
is very early and is not representative of what could
but
potentially go into the game. You
I'd
can
have to
flip
play
this
on
down,
it
this one, I
and
hope.
play against it at a high level and stuff like
So
that to
lots of
really know
fun
if
little
I
things
like
you
that
can
or
do.
not.
Sweet.
We'd have
Well,
to see.
I think that is all that we had for Cerberus
Okay.
and Conquest. I brought us back to cams, and I'm going to get ready to show off the next thing. We should talk about Cerberus's Ascension Pass.
Nice, yeah.
And I'll leave the custom lobby. Make sure I'm not.
I don't know if I
spoiling
love
I was
it.
just like, ooh, this is exciting.
I am
We're
in
talking
I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if I love it, but well, you know,
There we go.
we'll
Cool.
wait.
All
We'll
right,
reserve
I'm
judgment.
bringing the laptop again. There we go.
Nice.
I'm
Ooh.
gonna hide our
Ooh,
camera
baby.
too. So we got our Shadow Cerberus. He looks so sick.
Yeah.
He looks sick. Oh, I can't tell
I
you
actually
that.
okay.
We got a little
I
bit of
don't
an
usually
issue
like the
in
shadow
Death
ones.
Planet with
Like
rotating
they're very hit and miss to
can you
me.
get the screen
I'm
back
vibing with that.
Uh-oh. You're trying to get me in trouble.
I actually
Kilgore.
might like. I actually think.
That is an issue in dev where sometimes when you leave and come back for the first time. it
Let's
doesn't work.
see here.
I actually think I like the shadow skin better than the regular
Uh-oh.
Cerberus
I
skin.
think we lost it completely now.
Oh,
he's
he's
just
even
big
closer.
now.
Literally, the shadow skins
no.
to me,
Well, we're
I'm
just
like
gonna keep it like this, and
10% of the
go
time
right
I
there.
like them at all.
Sorry.
Let's see here.
Give me one more attempt.
Let's see here. Dun 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 dun. Loadout. Nope.
We can't rotate, but at least
Yeah.
we
Can
have
we
it
switch
right
between
back.
them at least?
Sorry about that, chat.
Sorry.
So yeah, we got Shadow Cerberus up. I love the pinks and like the aura that he's got going on.
Yeah, all the little
It's
the
so
cracks
sick.
in his skin look sick.
And then we've got his first tracker. Your soul,
Soul
is
is
mine.
mine.
That's a good
like
tracker.
metal.
name.
Like, I think Kellen's rocking that one for sure.
Cool. So the number of souls severed from enemies. Then you've got your mastery emote. You got your clap.
Oh, that's
He's got
so
a
cute.
really good clap. Then you've got your objectives destroyed, your goddesses. Life Siphon is the second epic
Sweet.
tracker. The amount of healing stolen by Spirit of Death. So that's a good tracker. Then we've got Onyx Cerberus,
Nice. That's
the
looking
classic
sweet.
black and gold.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks like very expensive.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of like pottery where they.
I vibe
they-
with it.
Oh,
they
yeah.
replace that broken
I vibe
bits
with it.
gold. Very cool.
Yeah, that's it.
It's all right.
And then we've got Opal. Oh, I love the Opal
Oh,
here.
man,
This one looks
cool.
great.
Beautiful.
I love like the iridescence on the scales and stuff that he's got going towards
And it almost looks like lava coming out of it.
Okay,
Mhm.
it's all right.
All
It's
right,
not bad.
and then the global emote. Night at the Underworld. This is
Amazing.
great.
What is this? What is this? What is this?
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's a classic meme. You
Yeah.
know?
That's good.
And then we have got
I like
the
it.
wave emote.
Oh, he's pawing at you.
And then the title is Warden.
Rest in
And you've
peace.
got God Kills Tracker. The Mastery Badge is not in right now, but will be in.
Yeah, and I think the frame is also.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Radiant
I
looks
love
sick.
these Radiant
Oh,
skins.
yeah.
That looks so
I can't wait
nice.
to rock this one.
Yeah,
That's nice.
This one looks super clean. And then, as Kilgun mentioned, the frame is a little bit in progress too. So not quite ready
What's
to
up,
show
D-Money?
off, but we'll be ready whenever Open Beta 7 does go live for
His
players. So
his stun
players can
hits
hop
as
in,
long
play
as
with
you have
Cerberus,
the
get Ascension pass,
passive meter
and,
built up.
have a lot of
But
fun
if
with
you
the
don't
War
hit
by
all
the
four,
Underworld.
the
next
stun
we've
is
got the next
wildly
Ported God
reduced. So
coming
you
soon.
can still hit a stun if
So,
they're up close.
Cerberus
You're
will
just
go
going to
live
have
on
lower
Monday
and less
with the
more
OB7
of the
update.
things hit
His
him.
aspect, I think we felt like
You
we did
interact
pretty
with the
well
souls a little
Cerberus or
differently.
with Merlin, where it was